downstairs for this bit because apparently when I make videos at night, the lighting in my room is awful. So today's video is going to be me talking about how I got into Doctor Who. I got into Doctor Who, I think, quite late, or at least later than probably some other people on here, because I didn't get into Doctor Who until 2008. My friends were all into it, or at least a big group of them were, and I kind of felt, I felt left out because I never really got into I hadn't actually seen a lot of the new series. I'd seen bits of the old, but not much, and I'd seen some of the new series, but I never really got into it. And I suppose I'd always put other things ahead. I had other things to be into, so I never really thought to sit down and properly watch Doctor Who until 2008, when I had nothing really to watch, so I wanted something new. So I watched the first series, and I really liked Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor. And I also was able to manage the transition to David Tennant quite well. I still enjoyed it even when he took over. So I thought, yeah, I do actually like this. So I was determined to watch all 3 seasons before the new one started, which was actually quite hard because I didn't own any of the series. I had to borrow them and I had to buy the second series. I actually finished Voyage of the Damned on the same day as Partners in Crime started. So I managed it. And that's quite boring really, how I got into the new series. I just needed something to watch, so I got into it, and I found that I really liked it, and I enjoyed the 4th series. How I got into the classic series is perhaps a little bit more interesting. I wanted to check it out, but was always kind of intimidated because of how much there was over 25 seasons, 25 years of the original series, and there were so many different Doctors, and I didn't know who to choose. So for my birthday, I asked people to just give me Doctor Who, any Doctor. I didn't mind, as long as it was the classic Doctor. I didn't mind what story, any of them. And so I got an example of, I had Peter Davison ones, I got some Patrick Troughton, and everyone bought me a nice little collection of different Doctors. And after watching some, I actually liked Jon Pertwee first. I actually found his stories more interesting, possibly because he was the only one I actually knew outside of Doctor Who, and I always liked him in the Carry On films. But then after watching some of Patrick Troughton's, I found that I preferred his Doctor, because he was just much more energetic and much more entertaining. I just found his energy and charisma and his... you really did feel sorry for him sometimes. I mean, you knew the Doctor was always going to save the day, but there were times when you honestly thought he didn't know what he was going to do, and he looked worried and everything. And of course, there was the relationship between him and Jamie I loved. I mean, let's face it, I actually probably preferred Jamie. It's probably one of the main reasons I watched it, the second Doctor era, possibly. But I think I like the two of them together. I don't think... I still would have watched Jamie if he'd have gone on to working with the third Doctor, but it would never have been the same. And I think that duo was my favourite. And I think they worked so well together. And that's, of course, why I enjoyed the second Doctor era so much. Unfortunately, most of his was destroyed, so I ended up listening to the missing episodes on audio, which I would listen to at work all the time. And I had to buy the videos of some of the episodes that were on DVD, so yeah, I pretty much had to... I didn't have lots to go with, but it wasn't easy to get it all at once, so it didn't feel like I was suddenly bombarded with all the episodes. But yeah, so that's how I got into Doctor Who. And what did I think of the latest Doctor Who? It's okay. I mean, maybe I need to watch it again, because I found it to be alright. I didn't really think... I mean, a lot of people have said that it's brilliant, and other people have said it's horrible. I'm sort of in the middle. I thought it was alright. I liked Rory's dad. Amy, again, rolled my eyes at her sometimes, and I didn't think... I don't know, I felt like I should have liked the other people that came along, but I felt like it was a bit crowded, perhaps? I don't know. But I don't know, I thought it was alright. I think I need to give it another rewatch to see to see if I change my mind. But I usually judge how much I like an episode depending on how engrossed I get. Like, if I don't get distracted whilst watching it, I consider that a really good episode. If I find myself sort of looking towards my phone or looking toward turning my computer on or something, then I kind of know that this episode isn't really gripping me. And sadly, I did do that last episode. But hey, this next one looks good. Cowboys, yay! So yeah, that's how I got into Doctor Who, and I look forward to hearing how everyone else got into Doctor Who.